I'm back. I'm still slightly trying to figure out that whole thing with the poster. That just, it makes me laugh because of how, like, desperate these people are for this movie to give them what they want. But you want to know what the kicker is about that whole thing? Hello, Chris. That whole thing where, you know, I've been called desperate to prove that Nick and Judy are not going to become a couple. Meanwhile, and I'm not even joking, this is every time a new poster is released. Every time I see one shipper or another going, "Oh my gosh, they make such a cute couple," and I'm over like, God, and I get called desperate. Like, how much harder can you push? But I'm the desperate one to hear everyone else talk. Okay, sure. Chris, would you like inner vitals? You know, looking at what I have to grind out for Japan is kind of, it's not really like, it's not really deteriorating. It's not really deteriorating to, you know, look and see what all I have to grind out with China, because with China, I've played about near every vehicle that I'm seeing in this lineup at least once. The only vehicle that I can say that I haven't ever really messed with was the PT-76, and this is basically it with a longer reload, and that's how I'm going to call it, the longer reload. Also, might I also add that China and Japan are the only two nations, I do believe, that I have yet to do a well, hold on, okay, so excuse me, Italy, France. Okay, so Italy, France, China, and Japan are the only nations that I have yet to do anything with, as far as, you know. All right, please tell me I got the bombs for you. Of course I do. I love you. Yay. Let me see. Yeah, this would be like a perfect time to say the words, man, I wish. Hold on. Oh, I forgot I had that one too. I'll put that in a crew as well, but we'll do that later. Let me grab my tanks for Italy. I gotta find them right fast. All right, what's the lowest BR tank I have? All right, so I can use the Tanky Destroyer, Tanky McTanker, or we can use something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Tanky McTanker. I'm weird. Okay, so we got what, 5-3 for these guys. Yep. Okay. So we're getting the M55 for them, and then Sweden we don't even talk to. We don't even we don't even talk to the Swedes anymore. The Swedes are just there. Hanging in there for dear life. Like, please talk to me. I want to talk to you. And it's like, no, dear God, why are you here? I might end up doing some things. I might just... to be honest, Japan doesn't really feel like they need it. But anyway, all right, give me just a second. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Listen to this shit, guys. All right, so I made a post, and it was the post of the Zootopia 2 poster that I was looking at earlier. I said, can someone please explain to me why it is that Nick looking at Judy and Judy pulling Nick's shirt immediately symbolizes them being a couple? Is it that the shippers are just that desperate? Like, chill, guys, just chill and wait for the movie. I said, cool poster, though. This person goes, just a sign of love. And I said, not really, just desperation to get what you want. And yet I get called the desperate one, and then I put one of those thinking emojis. Like, okay, sure, pal. I'm the desperate one in this situation. Okay, whatever. I'm just, I'm going to wait for Chris to get back. I'm going to look at all the cool tanks that I'll be getting. I'm not going to worry about the ones that I already know I'm going to get. The STA-1. You get a 90 mil at 6.3, which is pretty good. The stock shell kind of sucks, though. Armor-piercing ballistic cap, so you're not going to get any afterpin. At least you get APHE with this one. But then it just goes directly into these crappy AP... what do they call them? APCR. I was about to say APDS, and I was like, no, that's not the right shell. Heat rounds are going to be my... Heat FS, excuse me. Heat FS are going to be my magic button right there. But yeah, I love the fact that like they're so desperate to get what they want, and yet I'm the one that's constantly getting called desperate, and it's like, okay, whatever, kid. Like, you can actually go and see what I said and everything. Like, it's funny to me. It's not that, like, I'm trying to shove it off that I don't think Nick and Judy should become a couple, because I've changed it to where as long as it's not made to be about, as long as them being a couple isn't made in the whole movie, I don't give a shit. But I just find it funny how the shippers are the ones that are constantly throwing it in everyone's faces, but yet when one person, me, points out how I think it would be nice if they just remained as friends, then I'm automatically being desperate and aggravating and all of this. And it's like, you know, they have LGBTQ logic at that point, you know? You know, because how the LGBTQ is, how if you don't agree with them, then you're immediately against them. And it's like, you know, they hate on you for all eternity. And it's like, oh boy, my feelings are so hurt. Wah, wah, oh wait, I'm over it. Never mind. Or am I the only one that kind of feels that way when it comes to the LGBTQ hating on me? You know, nobody's here. I can say whatever I want. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Damn it. Chris would have to show back. I don't even know if it's Chris, but it's funny if it is. But yeah, I can't help but find it funny. See, this is the kind of people that I can deal with, okay? This guy comes into this post that I made. He goes, Zootopia 2, I move November 27th, 2025, my birthday movie. Hold on. Something was said. Say what you want, but we'll see if our possible shipping happens in the movie or not when it comes out. Hold on, guys. Okay, all right. So this guy goes, just a sign of love. I said, not really, just desperation to get what you want, and yet I get called the desperate one. He goes, say what you want, but we'll see if our possible shipping happens in the movie or not when it comes out. I said, honestly, I don't give a shit if or if not it happens, as long as I get two things. Shippers, stop forcing the shit down everyone's throat, and I get a movie that doesn't focus on a ship that isn't really even needed, and focuses on a good story instead. I mean, is that not a good compromise? Like, I mean, you know, I'm to a point to where I don't give a shit if they make Nick and Judy a couple or not. Because the way I see it, you know, in my universe, 2 years after the movie ended, Nick popped the question to Judy, and Judy said, fuck no. So, you know, it doesn't matter to me, because in my universe, you know, they're still best friends, but that's as far as it ever went. But like that's the thing. You know, shippers are so focused. If you tried to type the noises you made after that's how I would type it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, we got 6 already. No, please don't show me the noises I made. But I mean, I don't want to admit this, but I'm going to, because of the fact that I know it's honestly the truth. Honestly, I get I honestly get why people say that Nick and Judy are probably the best couple to hook up. Because if we look at like any other movie other than Moana, of course, I would argue that Moana and Maui should hook up by those standards too. But, you know, if we're excluding Moana and Maui, there hasn't been a good couple that I felt like should have hooked up in a long, long time for Disney. But honestly, you know, I'm trying to also understand why they're so desperate for it, because it's like, you know, they've been doing it for, I think somebody said like 13 years they haven't had a good couple. Why do you think that they need to start now? If they stopped 13 years ago, why does it matter that they start right back up to this? And for me, I'm kind of looking at like the storyline for Moana 2, and it's like, you know, I'm looking at it, And it's like, you know, Jared worked on not only Zootopia and Moana, but Zootopia 2 and Moana 2. And if he follows the path that he did with Moana 2, then you're not going to get the ship that you want. And I would hate that for you, but stop trying to force it so hard. That's my thing. What do you mean stock experience? Why don't you start with me? I think the stock experience is probably the most fun experience, honestly. It's the most fun, and oh, okay, now I understand. You have a good 85. The only thing you got to do is make sure to angle your turret just right, or not your turret, but your hull, and you'll be fine. Also, you want to know why I'm kind of sort of pissed off at my mom right now? So, she tells me, I don't understand why you would have skipped it. That's an 85 on a KV chassis. That's like magical. Because it's like the magic of 85 pieced with a really good hull and chassis. You just researched it and never bought it. If I don't want a vehicle, normally what I'll do is I'll buy it so that I can get to the next vehicle, but then I'll just leave it alone. I won't put it in a crew or anything. Because it's just not worth the time. If you don't want it, then there's no need to put it in a crew, you know? The only reason I would actually do what you did, or do differently, I love the fact that the PT-76 shot at something. It's folded with the... Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so you don't really need to purchase it. See, I was going to say, you know, the only time I wouldn't purchase a vehicle is if I didn't... You know, that's the one thing that I think, honestly, they should fix, is make it to where you have to research. Wait a Sherman minute! What the? Where are all these Shermans coming from? Wait, the Americans are here. Never mind, I answered my own question. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Shoot him first. Yeah, there we go, okay. Oh, and he got a friend. Oh, no. Alright, I got an issue. Panzer 470. Stay away from me. I have a gun. I'm warning you, I have a gun. Hey, Chris? You have heavy tank, right? I'm too close range to shoot him where I need to. Shoot him. No, why is he charging me? No, stay away. Alright, I took his track. He's gonna angle towards me. Now's your chance. Go for it. You ricocheted, didn't you? Alright, please get him to angle towards you. Yep, there he goes. I missed. I'm a dummy. It'd be great if I could just, you know... Oh my god! Just die! Not me! Him! I love how they go spawn camping losers as usual, and then it's like, dude, you would do the same thing. always Russia too. I have to agree with him on that. I have to agree with him on the always Russian thing, because like it's either Russian players or German players that normally spawn camp. I'm getting intercepted. Goodbye. Holy plane! Stay away from me. I'm going faster than this plane was ever intended to go. Help! Hey, Chris. Hi, Chris. Oh, hello. I might just throw that in there, see if it does anything. Nope, it didn't. Where's this guy at? Alright, Chris, here's what you tell him. Says the one with 1 kill and 1 enemy kill assist. This is exactly what he's got. Well, hold on. You have 1 kill, so don't say that. You'll just make yourself look bad. At least I'm not stuck on the spawn screen. Dang, you went there. I wasn't expecting for you to pull that one, but okay, that works. That was honestly better than anything I could have come up with, not gonna lie. At least I'm not stuck on the spawn screen is crazy. The funny part is he's not leaving, so he's probably typing a big ass fucking paragraph to come back at you with. I got SPAA left, so I'm not. Hot Rod Tanner 05 is typing is crazy. You know what's funny? He says, quote unquote, I have an AA gun left. Okay, then spawn it in. Don't be sitting there running your mouth when you have the ability to spawn something else in. Also, I'm on the way again, so here I come. I have Big Bomb. If he spawns in, I'm going to bomb him. I don't think he's going to spawn in, though. You know what would be crazy? Is if I accidentally murdered Mr. Knee. And it was like, whoopsie. But I'm not going to do that because I want us to actually win. At least I didn't die 4 times and am stuck with an AA. Chris, just stop. You're being an ass at this point. But you are right. He did die 4 times. But he has a point. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Written off due to severe damage. I mean, I'll give that Spitfire that because I was typing when I said that. Best way to prove them wrong, just say some shit like that. And be like, actually, sir, he didn't die spawn camping. Let's go chat history. Actually, he didn't camp. He died helping me. Clearly, you camped in one spot and 1 kill. I love watching like these lower tier people like rage so hard when they can't manage to do what they need to do. And then they get pissed off at everyone else because the fact that they're shit at the game. And it's like, dude, just, if they're spawn camping you, you don't move. I can't say anything, Chris, because I did have to correct a few letters before I sent what I said, so... But you know the type of people that I have found that I haven't really ever run into, and I've only done this once myself, and then I kind of learned how much of an ass it made you look like. But I've only had like a few people, like I could probably count on my right hand how many people I've had after a match come and trash talk me. It's not that many people. But occasionally you will run into that one person that thinks if they constantly harass you after a match, that they are like the king of whatever. And it's like, dude, that just shows that you don't know that this is a game and that you have an inability to let things go. I only had one time where I did it myself, and I realized very quickly that I was the one making myself look like an ass with it. And it was in a small low-tier match. And this guy was airfield camping, right, in a aviation match. And because the fact that I wouldn't leave the airfield, automatically I was a coward. And it's like, dude, you're sitting here like spawn camping the hell out of my spawn, but yet you're gonna call me a coward and all of this. I physically can't do anything. What do you want me to do? Poke out and just sacrifice myself? I missed, damn it. Alright, let me poke back up. Excuse me, sir. Your Japanese permit ran out. Gunner loader. Dude, smoking is not going to save you here. We got another one right there. I believe that's a jumbo. Yes, it is. Chris, I got a Jumbo Sherman issue. And I can't solve it. Because I don't have armor. Yeah, you'll run into people. I'll be the first one to tell you, you'll run into people like that. You'll run into people that think that just because they message you outside of the match that they're like superior to you. And it's like, dude, what happens in a match stays in a match. You know? And that's how I always feel about it. You know, whatever happens in a match needs to stay in that match. It does not matter after the fact. It's a game. How many times have I raged at people? For instance, alright, here's a perfect example. That day that we had those people kill stealing. Remember that? I know I do. Oh, shoot. Hi. And I died. He knew exactly where to shoot me. But luckily, I have a dive bomber. You know, after that match, I left. I didn't care anymore. You know, there's no need to constantly hover on something that happened. You know, and again, you know, why keep something going? You know, will I admit I try not to rage at people? Yes. Also, I feel like, oh, no, we're fine. Will I admit I try not to rage at people? Yes, I try not to. I honestly do. But there are times where I do let my anger get the best of me, and I do murder. All right, so, Guy, there is a plane or a tank right there. Can you hit that? I have let my anger get a hold of me before. And it's not right to do so, especially when, you know, you've got people just trying to enjoy a video game and have some fun. So why rage at them? Alright, I got a tank right here. I'm gonna bomb. Have fun, buddy. I got a hit in him. It didn't do much, but I hit him. Wow, he chopped my wing and killed the pilot. That's nice. Those bombs aren't going to do anything anyway, but... those are little rinky-dink little things. They're not going to do anything. But, like, the whole point is there's no need to get mad at other people because of the fact that you're having a bad match. How many matches have I had before where I've had nothing but horrible matches? Oh yeah, $5 for sure, dude. Hold on. Where's the cannon at? Oh, I see it now. Okay, cool. You know, while I'm waiting on you, I'm going to slap these into a thing. I don't have the money, but it's funny when we say, how much do you want to bet? And I'm like, oh yeah, totally, I have this money. It's just fun to like make friendly bets that we both know that we don't have the money to like give each other for it. But it's like, oh yeah, totally. Like we'll make a friendly bet that we're not going to pay back. And you know, we both know it, but it's like, you know, $5 says that you are a tryhard, you know? It is, yeah. For me, it's like a saying. Because I don't bet. I don't bet on anything. Because my luck sucks. So there's no need for me to bet on anything. Hey, Chris, I bet I can make you get mad at me again. I feel like Chris is already like, oh God, no. Oh no. Not again. Not again. Chris is having that one meme. Ah, here we go again. That's the meme that's going on inside your head right now. Ah, here we go again. You know, I don't know which one is worse, if I'm being honest, though. Like, I don't know if I would call, like, spawn camping their ground spawn worse, or if I would call spawn camping their air spawn. I probably arguably would say that the ground spawn is less of an annoyance because you can kill them and you can survive hits. But the airfield spawn, it costs so much to bring out a vessel or a plane that it's just an annoyance at that point, you know? Also, don't mind me, I'm just looking at all the cool naval vessels that Japan has in their coastal fleet. Chris, if you say something, I swear to you, I'm gonna kick your ear in! I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna ram my Euro truck into you. You just wait. You just wait. Yeah, that's actually something that I find that's actually very surprising to me. I don't think I think Euro Truck Simulator 2 has been out for just as long, if not longer, than American Truck Simulator, but yet they haven't bothered. Yeah. But Euro Truck Simulator doesn't have all the little towns that are in Britain down, and it's like, dude, I would love to be able to drive through all the little rinky-dink little towns in all these different countries because it's realistic. That's what I love so much about American Truck Simulator. Does it get annoying? Very much so. But is it fun? Yes, I love driving through all the little towns. Same with real life. I love driving through the little towns. It makes me wonder, honestly, Chris. When they finally add my state, are they going to add my town that I live near? Or are they going to add my house is the real question. Because I'll even drive by my freaking house and be like, hey guys, look, my house. But I kind of got pissed off at American Truck Simulator earlier today because I found, or yesterday, I know, but the funny thing is I won't be living there permanently, so I can be like, hey guys, this is where I live, and y'all will never know that I don't live there no more. That's the best part about it, Chris. Next thing you know, all you hear is hear from the other end of the door, bloody hell. Hello, Crusader. You gotta be bloody kidding me. Freaking Chris breaks down door. What you bloody say? Nothing, you bloody faggot. Just freaking banter between the fake British man and the real British man. Ow! I deserve that. Hey, Chris, are we in trouble? Chris, what happened? Chris? What happened to Chris? Okay, that was mean. I was gonna stop on my internet. Crusader, the last like 2 or 3 times that I've joined the VC, all you've done is went completely silent. Dude, what is it with the little tanks today? Dang it, I missed. My gun has better velocity than I gave it. Wait a second. Okay, he's dead. We're good. Alright, Chris, there's an M24 that just passed over there, and then there's some, oh, there's an AA gun right here. Look, front. Direct front. There. Shoot that thing. There you go. Please tell me you detonated something. Or did something. Did you at least hit... Chris! M24! He went through my track! Owie! Chris now wants to eject himself because of the fact that I said owie. Hey Chris, come here, I want to give you huggy wuggies. I want to give you huggle wuggles. I love the fact that you let yourself get killed immediately after. Why is it every time I say that, that's exactly what happens? You die immediately after. That's twice now that I asked you if I could give you huggle wuggles and then you died. Yes, probably, yeah. Who is that nerd? Let's see. Complain. Hate speech. Wait, it's not doing it now. Oh, it was a fish napper. Wrong one. That's why I couldn't find it, and I was like, oh wait, hold on, it's the wrong one? Like Zoink Scoop, I almost made a mistake. Zoinks. Bomb. Holy cow, that was an explosion in the water. I feel like Chris might come after me for that comment about Scooby-Doo and all. Like zoinks. Oh god, what is my voice crack doing? Zoinks. Well then. what happened? I exploded. You know what the best feeling is, Chris? When you actually report somebody and then you get that little message, and I've noticed it's gotten a lot better about it recently, but when you get that little message that says a player has been acted upon. Yeah, that one. A player you reported has been punished. You're about to what now? Huh? Not without me, you ain't. Not without me, you ain't. Chris, he's threatening to have cheeseburger without me. Chris, he's threatening. So I guess like 5 people I reported got acted upon. Eat cheeseburger for no. Ow, my toe. I'm waiting on Chris. Chris is being slow. Chris is being slow. I don't remember who that is. That's the issue. I don't remember who No Rat is, honestly. Chris, hurry up! I want to go blow something up! I'm gonna blow Chris up here in a second. You know, hurry up. I love how I tell Chris, I'm like, hurry up, Chris, you're being slow. And then immediately his response is, I'm trying, you little You know what, Crusader? You know what I have to say to you eating cheeseburger? When my mom gets home, when my mom gets home, I'm getting macho nacho. You don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. I thought about it after I said it. So, macho nachos is it's basically nachos, and they have like this like really really good sauce and a lot of meat. Of course there's other things in it too, but thank you for the subscription. Hope you stay and watch. Chris, hurry up! About to scream at Chris here in a second. I'm gonna scream at you. I'm getting stuffed crust pizza. No, Chris! Wait, hold on. Chris, hold on, watch this. Chris, is it gonna have pepperoni? Shh, shh, shh. I wanna see what he says. No, I feel like Chris would probably vomit at the sight of. Hold on, give me a second. I wonder who that could have been. I'm gonna hate having to try and level this thing up because it comes with that crappy stock shell. But anyway. My macho nachos are here. I'm waiting on them to warm up again, and I'm probably gonna hop off long enough to eat, watch a little bit of TV, and then I'll hop back on. Oh God! Crusader's last words. I can smell it from here. What did it sound like, Chris? One of those burps that you hear in that like blows away the whole building or something? No, I got the cartoony burps, man. Hi, Crusader. Would you like to come and play with me? Yup. Yeah, that's somebody I haven't been seeing much of recently is Demon Summoner. I don't know what happened to him. And that wasn't Demon Summoner, that was World War II that did that, by the way, I do believe. I might message him and see if he's okay, because I do have him where I can talk to him, so I can message him right fast on PlayStation. I took his friend. That was very mean. That was a building. Did you kill? Oh, you killed him. Okay, cool. Yep. Alright, cool, dude. Gotta go. Oh, dear Jesus! Rock of safety. Hey, Chris, what about that one? Oh, too late. Ow. No. You don't get to... Why does it keep ricocheting? Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! You mean the Ring character? Whatever her name is? I like to just call her Miss Ring. Oh, that was a good shot. Ow! My face! Where'd they shoot me? Oh, that was a lucky shot. Hey, you know how they're all sitting on that hill? I'm gonna message Demon Chris, because he's the one that hasn't talked in a while. Like, World War II talks at least enough that I know he's okay. Demon hasn't talked at all. He hasn't showed up to a stream in a while. So I'm starting to kind of get a little worried about him, honestly, now that it's been brought up. Because, like, normally he was in pretty much every stream. Duck, you're going to have to wait until I stream again, which will be later. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like he got mad at me for something, and then he doesn't want to talk to me now. And it's like one of those moments where it's like the woman thing, you know, they're pissed off at you, but you have no idea why.
Attack the A point. Attention to the map! Attention to the designated grid zone. Allied forces have captured a zone. The enemy is winning. We must counterattack. Defend the A point! Enemy forces have captured a zone.
All right, guys. Sorry, I am um I have to go and eat. So when I get done eating and I gotta change and feed my brother and give him his medicine and all, or at least give him his medicine, he's already had his food, I will be back. I'll start a live stream. And if you want to join, you can. Chris, I'm assuming you'll probably be in bed by then, which is fine. If anybody wants to join, that's fine. Anyway, I hope everybody has a lovely day. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs. Y'all have a good one.